All right, today's video is on the number one way, the best strategy for you to be able to engage people over the phone, whether you're cold calling for real estate, which I've coached hundreds of people to do over the years, or you're cold calling for a business and entrepreneurship in some other area of the business world. This is the best way, the number one way for you to be able to connect with more people. Let's go. All right, my name is Pauly Campanaro, owner of the Vision Realty Group in Austin, Texas. And look, I've made hundreds of thousands of calls over the years. I've made millions of dollars with this specific strategy. So buckle your seatbelts because look, at the end of the day, people who say cold calling is dead or it's not efficient or it's a bummer. Look, I get that. It's not an easy thing to do, but I promise you that the good old fashioned, hey, hi, how are you? Can I help you? Still works, and there's still a lot of money to be made in it. And while you can't scale it like you can marketing or emails or texts, you can certainly still make a lot of money for people who need your help through authentic conversations. And this strategy specifically has made me millions of dollars doing that. Okay, so let's jump in on point number one, which is speak with familiarity. Speak with familiarity. Look, that stuffy salesperson. Look, that's not what you need. You need beers and barbecue. Okay, you need to be talking to them like you're standing in the backyard and you're talking to friends who are invited to a barbecue of yours, and you guys are sharing a beer, and it's casual, it's familiar. Now look, careful, because this familiarity could quickly turn on you, but start with it. Okay, start with familiarity and say their name like you know them. Okay, say their name like you know them. Don't say, hey, I'm looking for. Who looks for people? The cops, the tax, the IRS. Look, don't say you're looking for somebody. Say their name like you know them. And if the name's wrong, then just apologize and move forward. If you can't pronounce the name, that happens sometimes, then just chop that off and do the second part, which is say your name like they know you. So first is say their name like you know them. Hey, Larry. Hey, Janet. Hey, Bob. Okay, and then say your name like they know you. Hey, Larry, it's Paul. Hey, it's Paul. You hear that tonality? You know me? Okay, that's huge versus, hi, Bob? Oh, hey, Bob, it's Paul with the Vision Realty Group. Formal, not familiar. Okay, you need familiarity to say their name like you know them and say your name like they know you, and that's going to create familiarity for you to be able to create that first little inch, which is just a little bit of space for you to continue the conversation. And then number two is say your company name with pride. You're going to say your name quickly and with familiarity. You're going to say the company name with pride. I hear this so often with people newer to the business. I'm with the Vision Realty Group. I'm with the Vision Realty Group. Okay, that tonality of pride, saying your company name with pride versus I have to make these phone calls. I really don't want to do this. Look, they don't hear so much what you say and more so how you feel. Did you get that? If you don't get anything else on this video, get that. They don't hear so much what you say. They hear how you feel. And when you have pride with what you do, look, people in the real estate world, I'm talking to you right now, you have one of the cornerstones of life, shelter. This is a big deal. We're not selling vacuum cleaners here. This is about being able to provide shelter for people, and everybody needs it. Okay, so if you don't have pride around that, then maybe you should reevaluate what you're doing. Say the company name with pride. Number three is deliver the good news. Now, this is what you're calling about. Hey, I'm calling because we had a buyer looking around the area. We just sold a property. We just listed a property. We're having an open house on Saturday. Deliver that good news, the gospel, like it's good news. All right, deliver that good news with some energy and some enthusiasm. And while you don't need to be bouncing off the walls like I am right now, and I'm being intentional about that so that you can see that projection of energy, especially when you're over the phone, is important because they can't see you. They can't see that you're dressed professionally. They can't see that you're smiling, but they can hear it. Okay, so your ability to deliver that good news like it's good news can be a game changer for the energy that you bring to the conversation. Now on energy, if you're looking at the playbook, which by the way, I'll email you a free copy of the playbook if you email me at therealsalestalk@gmail.com. And that playbook is a compilation of scripts and strategies and mindset that helped me do over 200 transactions my first 4 years in the business. Hey, by the way, subscribe, like, share, and follow, because I love it when you guys make comments on what I'm doing and you share it and you follow it, because that just motivates me to create more content. Okay, so with energy is infliction, and you're being intentional about your infliction. And in the playbook, there's a section on how to role play properly, because using body language, standing up like I am right now, all help with your energy and your infliction. Because look, normal is boring over the phone. Normal is boring over the phone. So when you inflict, I call them sound slaps, where you add a little bit more energy or a little bit more emphasis to certain words. And in the playbook, those are notated by bold italicized words. Or you slow down your energy a little bit. You slow down the pace, or you take little breaks, and those are notated in the playbook by ... dots for you to slow back down. These are all ways for you to better deliver the good news, because they hear less what you're saying and more how you feel. So do you believe you're bringing good news? Do you believe that you're bringing value? What's your mindset around you being a salesperson, or you being somebody who helps people? My service changes lives. I bring value to every call. Look, they're going to hear that. And so with the good news is what you believe and your energy around it to create good conversations, because you have to create. You cannot wait for good conversations. They're just not going to happen. You're a salesperson and you're a stranger. And what'd mama say about strangers? That's right. Don't talk to them. And so you got the double whammy on you, where you're a salesperson and you're a stranger. You got to change the game here. And if you're waiting for people to be accepting of you, or to just create that good conversation, look, you're going to be waiting forever. You got to create those good conversations. So deliver that good news like it's the good news. Okay, fourth and final is the transition. Now, this is equally as important, because when they reflexively resist you, and there's 3 levels of resistance, and I'll do another video on that. And that first level of resistance is reflexive. They just immediately resist you, as does everybody, as you do when you walk into a department store, you're looking for shoes, and you're not quite sure where to find the shoes, or you're not quite sure yet what shoes you want to buy, and the salesperson asks you if they can help you, and you say, no, just looking. But you actually need some help. That's reflexive resistance, and that's what you get every time on the phone. So if you fall down that first time under reflexive resistance, look, you're an amateur. You're not doing your job to be able to repeat and improve through that and transition into what's really going on, because you say, here's what we're doing, or here's what we're offering, or what are your plans on moving? And they reflexively resist you. You quickly move on to the next portion of the questions that you want to ask, to be able to create rapport, to be able to extract more out of their situation, to be able to move into motivation. So look, the transition needs to be fluid and fluent. And so your fluency is knowing what to say, right? Those are the scripts. And that's why scripts are important, is because they're a strategy, they're a guideline in regards to the important things to say. Now, your fluidity is your energy as you deliver the good news. They reflexively resist you, and then you fluidly move into that next portion of the script. And that may be with energy, that may be with speed, where you're quickly moving along and you're keeping the transition going, because look, in their mind, they're already beginning to shut you down because they've said no. And now what's going to happen? Now what's going to happen with your infliction, with your energy, with your speed, to be able to quickly maneuver into and inflict energy into that next portion of the conversation, which is really the meat and potatoes of what you want to find out. Now, for real estate, that's situation and motivation. First, I want to find about a little bit more about their situation. So how long have you lived here? How'd you happen to choose the area? If you could move, where would you want to go next? And so with whatever industry that it may be for you, there's questions that you want to explore in regards to their situation, so that you may get to motivation. Don't do motivation first. That's stinky sales breath. Okay, and so stay on situational questions, but that transition's important to be able to get to those questions around situation and questions ultimately to motivation, so that you can figure out, do I have somebody who I can help? And at the end of the day, that's what all you're looking for, is to explore through that reflexive resistance, somebody that you may or may not be able to help. And look, if I can't help them, man, then look, go in peace, and I'm happy with that. But if I can help them, man, that's worth millions of dollars. Literally, if you're able to elevate your game, because we were created to talk to people, and no matter how much emailing or texting you do, at the end of the day, we're human beings who were created for relationship. And because the conversations are the relationship, how good your relationships are rooted in how good your conversations are, your ability to create, not wait, for great conversations ultimately dictates the quality of your life, the relationships in your life, and ultimately dictates the quality of your financial status, which can help dictate the quality of the life of the people around you. All right, we're changing the game here. We're changing the game here. We're changing the game here. We're changing the game here on being able to live a life by design and not by default, with the best cold calling script and strategy out there. Go help some people.